That was when Minty was trying to impress us by showing that he was actually
that he actually was going to release
a
videos.
YouTube maker.
Now he doesn't care anymore.
You know, like I dream about making YouTube videos. I fulfill all my subscribers' dreams in my dream. So hopefully
all your subscribers' dreams.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Let's have a look. I'm gonna have a look and see what 7 days
so
videos have got.
how many? I think we should keep count. Drinking game, everybody. How many times is Boris getting interrupted?
Oh.
No, that's all right.
You want
if
to
you
kill
don't...
people. Sorry.
If you don't interrupt me, like I have built a series, like I've built a YouTube channel out of the fact that I can just turn on a recording and then talk for an hour and a half about
no
nothing.
one there to interrupt, and there's no one there to interrupt you.
That's right.
As long as there's people there to interrupt me, it'll have some kind of sense by the end of it. If this was just on my channel, I would probably be talking about the Shetland Islands or something by now.
I've got a cartwheeling horse, and this is making sense.
That's a good example.
So speaking about this, would somebody mind helping me?
Do what?
Just a little.
I tried.
Welding up
I
rotors.
tried, and I died.
You shot me. How was that helpful?
Oh, I was not shooting Anubis. You probably walked in between my bullet with Anubis' name on it and Anubis' body. So if you can look at the bullet that's in you and it says Anubis in it, then it's your fault. Come
Are you
on.
trying to tell me I accidentally fell into your bullet?
Yeah, basically. You could
Sounds
put it that way.
believable. I'm sorry for criticizing you.
That's all right. And I just looked up the first 7 days that I video I put out with the Nidd was released on the 22nd of June 2015.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was quite a long time ago.
2 years ago, yeah.
Yeah. So in that we trialed two people. It was Minty and Nix. And I'm pretty sure she won't mind me saying this. Pretty sure. She was another person. No, it wasn't a competition.
No. But I won.
Minty didn't have anything better to do.
Yeah, Nix ended up having too much to do. In other words, World of Warcraft. So she ended up going, like, she didn't like YouTubing as much as she thought, although I'm still trying to convince her, because both she and Minty, they were both perfect examples of the sort of people that should be in this group.
Okay.
So
I will make a YouTube video again.
well, see, I don't think that this group is about making YouTube videos as a whole. It's more about making things together that wouldn't otherwise be possible alone, supporting each other, because one of the things that makes this kind of thing a little bit difficult is that we each have our own individual projects and wants, channels. We all do things separately but come together for the common good. Because everything's voluntarily.
We sound like superheroes. I like this.
Yeah, but that means helping each other out even when it doesn't really help you, and also kind of just supporting each other, because like I was saying, we can fall into a hole of this taking up a lot of our time, and like it's like Alcoholics Anonymous, except where all of the alcoholics get together to encourage each other to drink more.
Yeah. We're YouTube and YouTube Procrastinators Anonymous all in one.
But that doesn't mean that we all make videos. Like Mia, he has, but when you became an YouTuber, which I don't really know how that happened, it just kind of you stuck around long enough, and then someone had to title on you. That's how that worked.
I thought it was because I'm doing Sal's editing work.
I think it started with me and Anubis wanting, because Mia had that funny dry wit, and so we wanted to get Mia on camera more.
It's because I bribed my way in by building a big Anubis head in space, right?
You were like
But-
the guy in the background managing the server, and we liked your sense of humour, so we insisted on you coming and joining us. And
I think that's a good example of like Apple, Mir, and Minty don't really make that many. I probably shouldn't say that about you, Apple, given that you've made a few videos lately.
Nothing.
That's a little bit rude.
Really
I'm still
stupid.
waiting for your Walking Dead series.
I mean, I still have it all, but to upload that would just be painful. Yeah, no, I don't really upload. Like,
You record and
wiki
edit, but you don't
guys.
upload. That's a good way to do it.
I genuinely do. I make a video.
you
or at
stream,
least
don't
I-
you, Apple? You stream.
Occasionally, but I will try to make a video once a week, but I'll be like, oh, that's a bunch of rubbish, and I'll just throw it away and never actually use it. So I've got about 80 videos I could upload, but I just don't. I think they're a bit crap.
Yeah, I've got the same. I've got hard drives full of things I don't want to upload.
And I'm the one
but
that
I
just
keep
uploads
to
everything, no
remind
matter how
myself
much garbage it is.
terrible I am.
I've got a few videos that I've never uploaded.
A hard drive full of reverse mantras.
So where were we?
I'm gonna go get-
Where were we
I'm
in
gonna
your
go and get.
speech?
Yeah,
I'm gonna get a drink. Excuse
Right.
me. I'm gonna interrupt you to say that I need to get the second of the 3 beers that are in the fridge, the coldest beers in the world. All right.
and the thing is, he's going to come back and then interrupt us again to ask us what happened.
Yeah. Actually, probably just to say that he's back. He probably doesn't care what happened.
Oh yeah, no, he'll just pick it up. Right. So all of that. Like, how long was that? That's like 40-something minutes, I think.
Probably worth just
no,
carrying
half hour.
on this theme for the moment until Minty does come back, because otherwise you have to restart the next theme. So, so yeah, I mean, Minty and Nia and Almond, although they don't have their own channels and produce their own videos, they're intrinsic to the making of others' videos.
Right.
Yeah, even just contributing ideas to things. Because one of the things that and this is kind of the next topic, so I'll leave that for now. But getting a group together like this doesn't happen very often. It was kind of just luck that we managed to get this. And I think all up, there's got to be over 20 different Niddtubers in the history of it, and we've kind of narrowed it down. I would like at some point to get a few more in. I think we do need to have a few more that do kind of record and do that kind of thing as well, because it makes servers like this work a little bit better, I think.
And upload.
But yeah, and upload,
Yeah.
the important bit. But you see, I don't think everyone needs to, like, for example, I don't like certain parts of the process. I like having finished a video, but I think there are bits of the process where I let
thumbnails.
myself down because I don't. Yeah, thumbnails, for example, are terrible. They should not exist. But I feel like I feel that way because I don't really like them. I don't enjoy them, and I'm not passionate about them. So I feel like if there was someone who was passionate about them, they would make that
Their
part of the
meaning in
process
life,
that
those
much
thumbnails.
better.
Like
Yeah.
Potato does for me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So
good
that,
point.
a
Art.
Short round of applause for Potato,
yeah,
who,
so-
by the way, I just noticed drew the thinker with jazz hands.
Yes, he
which was
did.
the original concept for our generation.
No, we're
So
going to have to
applause.
include
Very
that.
good picture.
Well done. I'm not slapping my face.
He's not slapping his face for once.
For once, what do you...
Why-
Anyway, may I quickly
you
interrupt
slapping?
you guys? I don't need the spiral thing welded up. I need my horse back.
Okay.
Where's my horse? Also, I need like 6 more of them.
The spiral's more important.
Yeah, I think this is 10. We need the whole spiral welded first so it doesn't float away.
Fair point. Do you at least know where my horse is that you can't wheeled away?
It was beside the spiral doing cartwheels, but now it's not. So
You hurt me.
that was Minty's fault.
Are you back? Are you back, Minty, and forgot to unmute? I just want to check.
Yes.
There we go. I thought so.
So we can move on to the next topic now.
All of that explanation that was supposed to take 5 minutes, that is all to kind of explain that we have something that I think is rare and that's hard to recreate. So we probably shouldn't waste it and just kind of let it slide away, which is easy to do with these kind of things. But we all have increasingly, well, when I say we all, I mean me. I don't know anyone else. I don't know if anyone else has the same problems, but finding the time has always been the enemy to everything when it comes to hobbies outside of work.
Yeah. I hear you there.
And finding that has been difficult for me. My life has completely, like, it's what it was when I started the Nidd is the opposite of what it is now. So it's difficult to find time in the same way that I did back then to do the stuff that we do now. I don't think that sentence made sense. Also, I'm losing my voice.
It's getting all teary-eyed.
No, I concur with what you're saying. I think when I joined the Nidd, I had a great deal of time, which is great producing material and being able to supply it. But yeah, my last 6 months or more has just been pretty hectic. So yeah.
But it's kind of a double-edged sword, because when I had a lot of time, it was not necessarily for good reasons. And then that.
Yeah. Under
So
pressure.
not being in a good mood and then putting yourself under the pressure to start making as many videos as possible, because you know you've got the time and it's not going to last forever.
Right.
Means that you just make bad stuff.
I think I was just in denial, Boris, when I was had a lot of time behind. It was just full denial. So what I was doing was great. I was really enjoying it. And real life does kick in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now things for me are much better in my normal life, but that means that I don't have the time, as I have to act. I've accidentally gotten a little bit of a social life, which is a bad thing.
How dare you?
Which, makes this even harder. And now, a lot of the reason why we are together, we're saying lots of things about how our personalities fit and everything like that. A lot of it does come down to the fact that we were able to record at the same time.
Yep.
Almost every day.
Yeah.
And that's becoming more difficult, because that time, right now, it's 11 p.m. for me, and I normally start, I get up for work at about 6 a.m. now. So my normal start time of 10 p.m. is starting to get a little bit difficult to be able to sit around for 2 to 3 hours doing this and be at my, to have the energy to do it.
Well, it's the same. I find that I can't. It's harder and harder to make the start time, because as my son grows older, he's up for longer, he's around for longer, and it's not as easy just to slip out of.
That's what Scotch is for.
Yeah, well, that's right. And the general drugs. I'm running out of my supply of drugs that I usually inject into him every night, and he's getting stronger. I don't know if that's a side effect of the drugs. Yeah, I don't know. But, it is. Yeah, it's difficult to maintain. Something that was maintained for quite a good period of time.
Quite a while, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, does someone come and get these plates? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so all of the changes and everything mean I just saw an explosion. I'm assuming that wasn't real, because it's still standing.
I actually saw a big light as well, but
It happened on your face.
thanks. Okay. Is that what happened to my face? Now I know.
Stained glass, or it didn't happen.
So all these changes in our life mean that it gets harder to organize things, and when it makes it. So this is what I mean. Not being fully awake when I'm recording, it makes it harder to form sentences, which is kind of important. Some would say.
Some would say. Every once in a while, it's actually quite amusing, though.
Even although these obstacles happen in time, there was a small Nidd meetup where I actually bumped into Boris. I didn't bump into him, actually. We actually shook hands. Didn't bump into each other. We approached each other gingerly and shook hands. But no, I had a job up near Boris's town and managed to visit him, which was which was excellent.
So was I right? He's not a goat.
Well, it depends on that's subjective. One man's goat is another man's lady. I don't know.
I'm dying.
So
I don't know what you're saying about me, but I think it's bad.
Well, I remember when you did your webcast and we saw your hands the first time, and I said, I can confirm that Boris is a white guy, not a black guy. We know that much about him. And then the theory came up that actually, you could have been a goat, but you had some realistic gloves to hand.
Or like they had hands on a stick, and you were putting the hands in the camera.
Only this group would come to that conclusion, Sam.
That's right. Like, I think all I can say then, in light of your input, Sal, is that he had a very good people suit on.
I would just like to point out that the goat thing wasn't my imagination. I think was it yours, Mia?
What? No, I don't do that.
That sounded very convincing.
What? No.
Oh, hey,
no,
I found your horse.
Yeah, I know, because I found it and brought it back, and now I need like 7 more of them.
Well, we're almost done with the spiral, so.
Future.
What's the plan?
What's the plan?
Yeah. The plan is to make plans. That's always our plan, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what we do.
Lots of videos. We got lots of behind the scenes of making plans. That's what we got.
So I think a disclaimer should be we may discuss plans today and even sound like we've come to a conclusion. That is not the same as implementation. There is no implementation guarantees in any way, shape or form. We don't do that. Most of the time.
You read that far too quickly for the normal disclaimers at the end of the video. So we'll speed it up in post. So the first thing is to not let things like time and that. We've got to find ways to get around that and still work on projects together. By together, I mean like maybe recording in pairs or doing group things where we don't necessarily all need to be in the same place at the same time. Because I think one of the strengths of having a group like this is that we can come up with ideas that people on their own wouldn't be able to implement. We can try new things in the knowledge that they're probably going to fail, but we might accidentally stumble across something half decent. So we might need to think of just generally new ways of recording together. As well as if we wanted to add more people to be able to expand without throwing everything. One of the reasons why we don't have like Anubis and Spider-Man are the 2 North Americans, which are underrepresented given the number of North Americans in the Nidd as a whole. Mm-hmm. I think that is down to time that we record early in your morning. And Spider-Man is just committed. He can't,
or he should be.
Yeah, he didn't really attend many recordings for a long time. He did things on his own and just stuck around. So he's just really probably unhealthily committed to the idea because he's the only one from the very original, like the first day of the whitelist server, which is what I'd consider kind of the birth of the Nidd tubers. He's the only one that's still around from then. Actually, that's a lie. He wasn't on the first day because I forgot about him and I didn't whitelist him. So we've been forgetting about him since then. And Anubis just gets up at stupid times.
Yeah,
So-
that's actually the reason that I actually can
He's
play
a
with
freak.
you guys is because I do get up at stupid times.
He is a morning freak.
I am, yeah. I am very
Yeah.
early. If I like, so like you talking about time and everything, like the reason that I can make videos and that I can, actually do YouTube at all is because I carve out really stupid early in the morning to get up and record and edit. Like if it wasn't for me doing that, I would never be able to release anything. So.
Yeah, I used to be the opposite. I used to do it all night,
Right.
which worked out. Like I remember the very first email that you sent me. You're quite sheepish about your times, thinking that you would never find anyone else to do it at the same time. But
Right,
that worked
because I
out
was in
perfectly.
such a weird period. But
Yeah.
then, of course, Australia worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
And it just
No.
happens to coincide with my lunch, and I
With your
just happen to
lunchtime,
live
yeah.
so close to the office that I can
That's
pop home at
pretty
lunch
good.
and record.
Yeah.
So,
Pretty good.
Yeah, I was
but
really
yeah, that's
worried
why
about that.
Nordic's not part of our group very often, is because although he records and makes things, it's the hours. He just can't make the times that the
Well,
majority
yeah,
of us
like
can.
he's
think-
around
yeah, I
at,
think
at,
he's
at
more
a
on-
reasonable
he's a
person's time
nighttime.
in the evening
Yeah.
where he
Yeah,
lives, which
yeah,
of
yeah,
course
yeah,
is
yeah.
which is in North America,
correct.
which is evening in North America is bad for England and Australia.
Yeah.
It's all right for here if we got up at normal times, which we kind of both do now, but we do that to work, so it
Yeah.
still doesn't work.
Yeah.
But yeah, if we work out some way to get around that, then we might be able to have people from that entire geographic location, those time zones of about -5 GMT, all of those people that live there. I think there's a few.
Oh! Explosion.